In this week's episode of Working with Work, it's about stopping blaming others. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of my Working with Work series. And in this week's episode, I want to talk to you a little bit about blame and blaming others for your lack of success, your lack of progress, or your just lack of feeling that you're growing. Now, one of the things that I have discovered, and it's really because of the online course that I recently launched, called The Complete Guide to Creating a Successful Life. During my research, what I noticed about the truly successful people in business, in life, is they never blame anyone else. They take the full responsibility for what happens to them in their life. Now, there's a lot of hate in the world today. We see it with Donald Trump's presidency. There's a lot of hate towards Donald Trump. I've seen it in the UK recently after the general election that they recently had. There's an awful lot of hate. And I also see a lot of people blaming other people for the situation in life. Now, I know that in some cases it's the situation of a person's life is not necessarily their fault, but we all have the ability to get ourselves out of this. And as I was looking at this, I realized that one of my favorite DJs, for example, is a guy called Paul van Dyk. Paul van Dyk, during his teenage years, when he was learning about music, he was living in East Germany, and this was before the Berlin Wall came down. It was an incredibly difficult time, but Paul van Dyk was so driven by his love of electronic music that it didn't stop him from getting hold of the records that he wanted, to really learn how to mix music, how to create music. And when the Berlin Wall came down, Paul van Dyk, he just exploded in terms of success. But he never ever blamed the East German government for his growing up in such difficult circumstances. He dealt with the situation, he continued his learning, and he became an incredible, and still is to this day, one of the world's top trance DJs. Another example would be Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk often tells us in his videos that he was a D or E student, but you never hear Gary Vaynerchuk blaming his teachers or blaming the education system or blaming the government for not providing the best education available in the world. He just deals with it. Move it on. That happened. Life is unfair. But we also, like Tony Robbins is another example. Tony Robbins had 4 fathers. He never talks about his biological father, but throughout his growing up life, he had 4 fathers. The father he was closest to in the end walked out on his whole family and left him, as I think it was 12 or 14 years old, having to be the father of the family. You know, all these successful people made it despite very difficult situations. And you can do that too. It isn't just about other people who might make your life difficult. I mean, one of the things I think I've written about in a blog post is if you have a difficult relationship with your boss, now it's very easy to blame your boss and complain about your boss, and your friends and family may show sympathy, and that might make you feel a lot better, but it doesn't solve the problem that you have a poor relationship with your boss. Your job, if you really need to fix it, is take responsibility for that and fix that relationship. Now, if the relationship is impossible to fix, then start looking for another job or ask for a transfer within the company you work for. I mean, there's always a solution to every single problem. Now, I know that quite often the solution is not going to be easy, but doing nothing is really, to me anyway, a lot worse. Now, so no matter what situation you are in, what country you're in, what the political situation is, we all have the ability to learn, we all have the ability to grow, and we all have the ability to take action. And really, that's what it all comes down to. You can go around blaming other people, you can blame the government, you can blame your school, you can blame your parents, you can blame your friends. It doesn't matter who you blame. That is never going to solve any problems. Blaming other people has never solved any problems. What does solve the problem is action, is deciding what can you do to fix the problem and then take action to fix it. And if you can't fix it, then find an alternative course of action. Very, very simple. I learned this a long time ago. I stopped blaming people for the things that go on in my life. If things don't work out, okay, can I fix it? If I can't, then move on and find something else to do. It really is that simple. But too often in this world, people are blaming other things, they're blaming everybody else, and it isn't getting us anywhere. You, dear watcher, need to rise up above that. Stop blaming other people. Take responsibility for your life, because it is your life. You have this one life, and you need to get on with living that life. And I want all my viewers, I want all of you guys to create a hugely successful life for yourself in your chosen career, in your work, in your business. You need to grab hold of your life and take action. Fix the things that can be fixed. Get on with move on to other things if you can't fix them. But the one thing you should not be doing is blaming other people. It is never, ever going to help you. You'll get sympathy. You might feel good about that sympathy, but the problem is still there. Deal with the problem. Get it fixed and move on. That way, you're going to have a much, much better life. And it is only one life, but you always have the ability to learn. You always have the ability to fix things, and you always have the ability to take action. And that is the way you need to be thinking. And in terms of productivity, which is what this channel is really all about, I hear so many people making the excuse, I'm too busy. I mean, to me, that is the most ironic excuse you can have. If you really genuinely want to get yourself organized, you want to remove the stress from your life, and you want to get rid of all that overwhelming feeling of work that you may have, then you need to take action. Take 2 days off. And this is the biggest barrier to most people of getting themselves organized. Take 2 days off, get your stuff together, get rid of the stuff that has no value to you whatsoever, and work out a system that's going to make you hyper productive. It really is that simple. The problem is it's hard work, and a lot of people just don't have the drive to actually really go for that hard work. But seriously guys, just those 2 days could have a huge impact on your life. It can be done over a weekend. You could take 2 vacation days and get it all sorted out. But the feeling that you're going to have once you've got your system in place, and once you use a little bit of self-discipline to use it every day, you are going to have an amazingly productive life. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please please like the video in the, I'm pointing down here, the like section below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please guys, take some time, subscribe to this channel. I know you won't be disappointed. Thanks very much for watching, and I wish you all a very, very productive weekend.